morning, it's Yvonne here to do your What's Cracking reading. Okay, so we're going to use the Gilded Tarot today. Firstly, thank you so much for all of your support, all of your loving kindness. My hair is wet. And your beautiful comments. Thank you so much. What else do I need to talk about today? Watch out for scammers. We have spellcasters, people referring you to doctors. There's a whole heap of them. I'm constantly deleting them from my pages, so please be careful. If it looks like it came from me, then email me at theaussiegoddess@gmail.com and ask if it was me. I can assure you it wasn't, but I figure if I can at least say it every time I come on, that I'll save some of you some heartache. They have shifted my reviews from 5 stars down to 3 through poor readings. So up to you what you go with. If you do want a reading with me, or you do want life coaching with me, whatever, please email me. I do a range of either recorded readings, which I can do without you there, or question readings, or face-to-face via Zoom. So just email me and I can give you the details or the directions to go about it. Hopefully I'll be able to open my website up once things start picking up a little bit. What else? I think that's everything. I always get off here and think, oh, I should have said something about that. All right, let's get into this What's Cracking reading. Okay, so we're starting off with the Queen of Wands. So I think out of all of the cards that represent, for me, more people energy, the Queen of Wands would have to be one of the most visible cards. Comes up quite a lot. The Queen of Wands represents the Wands, so she can be a Leo, Sag, or Aries. She can be both male or female. I've had a couple of people before talk about, you know, that you only do readings for females. This can represent a male, but it generally, if it represents a male, it's a male in more of that feminine energy. Could be a male who is more psychic than other males, or more in his feminine energy, his nurturing energy. So either way. But the Queen of Wands as a card represents someone who's very attractive, very driven, very confident, very much standing in their own energy. So if it's not a Leo, Sag, Aries for you, if that's not a person you're dealing with and you aren't one of those signs yourself, it could mean that at the moment you're feeling really, really good about yourself. You may be feeling really confident. Something may have happened that's put you on a different track, and you may be feeling really good about that. It could be that you're just in a really good place in time. So let's see why. Okay, so you may have had some sort of partnership offered to you, some sort of, now again, this doesn't always mean love, can mean love and romance, but it can also talk about partnership with somebody in regards to work. So is it possible that somebody's come in with some sort of offer for you, whether it's romantic or work oriented? Because it seems to me that something special has come your way, and now I've got the Justice card. You could be joining someone in some sort of legal practice, following somebody for legal advice here, forming a partnership with somebody. It can also be a very karmic energy where you've met someone who has a significant impact on your life going forward. Oh, wow, look at this 9 of Pentacles with the, oh, there is a lot of power in this energy. Look, I feel like, quite honestly, I may be talking about some sort of work situation here. It could be a work situation in that you've been offered something through your job where you may be working with a particular person on a project, maybe a Leo, very strong Leo energy coming through here. But for some of you, this does feel like a romance or some sort of relationship here that sort of has a romantic feel to it. So what I feel like, especially with that 9 of Pentacles and the Strength card, is that maybe you have done a lot of work on yourself. Again, I feel like sometimes when we get these energies through, I've sort of read something similar in the last week or so. Because when I see the Strength card, I feel like there is something here that is signifying that a certain aspect of yourself has grown, especially with that Nine of Pentacles and you coming out here. So does this mean you're ready for the next step in a relationship? Does it mean that you haven't met anybody but you feel ready to meet someone now, especially with that Nine of Pentacles? Maybe you've been really focused on your work. You may have been really focused on other aspects of yourself, and maybe you haven't sort of started looking around romantically, because that's the sort of energy I'm getting here mostly. That doesn't mean that some of the other energies aren't right. So let's get a little bit deeper into it. Oh yeah, we have an Emperor coming out, a sign of Aries. A lot of fire in this reading. So the Emperor is somebody who represents the divine masculine. So for me, maybe this is a point in time where you've been working on yourself to meet someone, or working on yourself because you want to perhaps win somebody back, win somebody over, but you really are very focused. Now, I talk to people about this all the time. When we come out of a relationship and we're hurt, even if we have caught it off ourselves, we can be very hurt and very sad. And what happens a lot of the time is we get stuck in that victim mentality. Why me? It hurts so badly. Why me? Why did this happen to me? And I say to people, you can't stay in that energy, because while you're staying in that energy, you're vibrating low. You are only going to feel worse, and you're going to keep digging lower and lower and lower. The only way to work yourself out of that energy is by working on yourself and what you want. So taking up that university course you wanted to do. Somebody said to me the other day, they're going out to have some cosmetic surgery because they put it off for so long, and now they realize that they've been putting it off, because of their relationship, so they were going out to do that. I've had other people say, I'm going to take that holiday overseas. I always wanted to take it, but I was so busy giving him money, I didn't see my way forward. So it's very important that you push yourself forward. If you don't do that, you are just giving your power away to somebody else. And if they have still got that energy around them, they know that they can just sort of pick up where they left off, and you will be ready for that. So it's a very vulnerable energy. You don't want to show somebody that you're down in the dumps. I remember a guy I worked with years ago, and I said to him, because he kept doing that to the woman he was with, and I kept saying, would you want to take yourself back while you were so sad, so unhappy, so desperate and needy? What would you do if it was the other way around and your person was coming at you begging and pleading? We've all done it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not casting judgment here. But what would it feel like if somebody was doing that to you? So I feel like here there is this energy that perhaps either you're trying to win somebody back, or you're trying to manifest a relationship while you are still suffering or sad about a past one. Let's see where we're going. All right, so I have the Two of Wands coming through. Wow, with the Temperance card, there it is right there, and the Devil card. Okay. So when we think we can't make it alone, when we think that the only way we can go forward is if we're with that person, then that is codependency. So I guess in effect, what you're being asked to do by Spirit is to move past that codependency and build yourself up again. It's a little bit of maybe you've lost direction here, but there definitely is this need for balance. And when we're constantly looking at the other person, wanting them, then what we're doing is we're saying we can't make it alone, which of course is a very victim mentality. I can't live without you, my heart won't go on, that type of energy. And even though it's normal and natural, the only way to move forward is to get past that energy. I know it's tough, but I know from experience and from working with so many people that once you can get into the energy of understanding that you are whole and complete on your own, and you get past that healing, you can definitely move forward. So I feel like here you're being asked to let go, especially with this Temperance card next to this Devil energy. You may have had somebody who was quite controlling, quite toxic, but they've left you feeling like you can't do things for yourself. And that's what toxicity is all about. Somebody works to get you dependent on them. So there is a real energy here of having to choose a pathway for yourself and find some sort of balance again. So if you are trying to win somebody back, best way to get into that energy is to get yourself vibrating nice and high. Dance, sing, do something you love doing, take that holiday, go and have some cosmetic surgery, whatever it takes for you. I'm not telling you how to do things, but you look at what is good for you. Let's keep going. Oh, look, we have the Magician coming through. That's very powerful with the Hermit card and the Two of Pentacles. You're definitely making some sort of choice here on how to move forward. I feel like for some of you, it may be that you're trying to manifest a new love in and you're perhaps not ready. I always say if you do that, you often bring in the same person with a different face. So if you're vibrating low, you're probably going to pick somebody to come towards you that was exactly the same energy as before. This is why people repeat those cycles. And if it was somebody narcissistic, which it probably could be with the Devil card here, and there's a real need for you to get on top of your energies. This is the time, if I had this reading on a personal reading, I would be saying to you, it is time to go and get a counsellor. Because I feel like here you're unable to see through your sadness or your grief or whatever's happened to you here. The Hermit card definitely shows me that that is the case, but the Magician also shows me that you have the tools you need to move forward. Let's keep going. All right, so we have the Knight of Swords coming through with the Six of Pentacles. This is about giving back to yourself. There's the Fool card. Beautiful. This is about giving back to yourself. So without putting all the energy out to the other person or putting all the energy out to the universe, you're understanding that there has to be like a setting up of equality here. Because if you have already gone from a relationship that was codependent or from a relationship where there was a lot of toxicity, and you're going to draw somebody very similar back to you, you're just going to deplete your own batteries by keep giving to that situation in some hope that you will help to heal the other person, not yourself. So that's why we always hark on, you need to put the energy into you. You need to heal yourself. You need to be ready for when something good is coming your way so you can choose wisely. So with me, that Six of Pentacles energy is sort of, it's right underneath Temperance. So it's like you've got to learn to balance what to give and what to keep for yourself. All right, so we have the Queen of Wands. So I feel like you're ready to move forward. I feel like somehow or another you're either going after love, or it's possible because of the Justice card that you could be trying to regain love or win somebody back, especially with this sort of energy. Now, reading that and looking at this energy here, I would say to you, either you are in the energy of healing and you've already made up your mind that you don't want to meet somebody else the same as the last one, or you're in that energy of focusing on your own well-being, learning how to love yourself, learning how to respect yourself even, especially with this Six of Pentacles here. So I did have the beautiful Fool card coming out the end. So maybe this is something that you've already been through. Maybe I'm talking you through an old experience. And if that's the case, I want to say to you that you are coming out the other side. There is a feeling that you are overcoming your own codependency. You're overcoming some sort of toxic energy. It feels to me like you're striking a balance as we speak. So maybe you're starting to understand when people kept talking about self-love, what that actually means. But definitely feeling there's an energy of moving forward on something here. So maybe through all the good work you've done, all the way you've been thinking about the things, maybe, in your own healing, maybe somebody new is ready to come in and you're ready for a new romance or a new relationship. But I feel like whoever I'm speaking to, you're either on the healing journey or you're coming outside of that healing journey. All right, let's read you a Wisdom of the Oracle. For those of you who are watching, I'll be doing the Aquarius reading after this reading. Oh, round and round. Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting in itself. It's card number 25. The spiral quality of events when a lesson isn't quite integrated. That's exactly what I'm talking about. If you've had a bad experience and you think you're okay, you're just going to move on to the next person, that same lesson will be there for you. Again, I'm not speaking out of school. We've all done these stupid things. Cycles you are challenged to break, which I think is what you're trying to do now, revisiting a pattern from a new perspective. And that is that whole thing. You can't take the same approach over and over again expecting a different result. So you're looking at things differently now. Maybe you've been awakened enough that you're seeing your own patterns. The appearance of this card is a reminder that although it may appear that you've gone backward, the truth is that you're standing at a higher level looking down. You will learn something, do something better, and break a cycle set up in the past. You actually have a bird's eye view of your initial footprints and can access the wisdom and the lessons learned. So I feel like whoever I'm speaking to here, maybe you have been doing that before. Maybe you have been repeating a pattern, but you haven't seen it for yourself. I feel like you're going to get a really good look into it this time. All right, I'll leave you with that. Thank you.